Nits with NUmedia. I'm just going to walk you through a quick installation of your Fire TV device, whether it's a Fire TV or a Fire Stick. Application's basically the same. First things first, get familiar with the contents of your Fire TV device package. Inside you'll find brief instructions for your Fire TV device, the actual Fire TV device itself, the plug for the Fire TV device, the cable that goes between the Fire TV device and the plug, and then of course your Bluetooth Alexa voice controlled remote. Once you've confirmed everything is in order, let's begin the installation. So you'll notice that the Amazon Fire TV device is square. The Amazon Fire Stick, however, is more rectangular. But both of them have an HDMI connector on one end. On the Fire TV device, there is an input right at the bottom. That's for the cord that came with it to get plugged into the plug that you'll have to have plugged into your wall so you can power the device when you install it. Next thing to do is to plug this HDMI connector into one of your HDMI inputs on the back of your TV. Once you've connected the device to your TV, go ahead and turn your TV on using your standard TV remote. In most cases, most TVs are going to ask you which input you have the device connected to. In this TV, I would choose input list. Your device, your TV, may operate differently. So look at your manufacturer's instructions on how to access your input list. In this case, I'm going to input. I know for a fact that the device is installed on HDMI 1, so I'm going to go and select HDMI 1. Now, what's going to happen is the first thing that's going to come up is it's going to say network settings have been lost. Please check your internet connection. Your Fire TV or Fire Stick device has to be connected to the internet in order for it to work. Go ahead and follow the instructions to connect to the internet now. A brief side note, the remote that came with your Fire TV device is Bluetooth and will operate anywhere within range. It does not require line of sight. So just use your Bluetooth remote to navigate within the Fire TV device. Now you saw that it connected successfully. Now the next step is to select whether you have an Amazon account or if you need to create an account. If you have an Amazon account, just go ahead and enter your credentials for your Amazon account at this time. If you do not have an Amazon account, you will have to create one. They also require you to enter a credit card because they have on the Amazon Fire Stick, Fire TV devices, other things that you can purchase, and they want you to be logged in and set up with that ready to purchase if you decide that you're going to do that. But otherwise, go ahead and enter your Amazon account information now. So now that will require you to go through a verification process if you already have an account. Just go ahead and follow the instructions. So now I want to just confirm that I am in fact the person that is registered to the device, and do I want to continue as myself? Of course, yes I do. It wants me to ask if you want to save Wi-Fi passwords to the Amazon. Sure, I have no problem with that. But that's your choice. So now you end up on this page here. This is where you start with Amazon. I want you to understand something, that the NUmedia app is just that. It is an app within the device, within the Amazon Fire TV device. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go install the app. Okay, so a simple way to do this is go to the search menu, and you can either type or you can hold down the microphone button on your Amazon Bluetooth voice controlled remote and just say the word downloader. So for example, downloader. And this is the simplest way to find the application that we need. This downloader app that you see in orange is the one that we need to install the NUmedia app onto your Fire Stick. Simply click and select downloader. It will ask you to verify what URL that you want to download the app from. The address to download the app is very simple. It is numediaglobal.com/app.apk. Once you have that address put in, go ahead and just go to Go. And you'll see it'll start downloading the file. It's about 75 megabytes. And as you download the file, it will install it onto your Amazon Fire TV or Fire Stick device. It's asking you if you want to install the device. The answer is yes, of course. Click on Install. Okay, so now from the home page, what you're going to do is you're just going to go down to the section here that says Your Apps and Games. You're going to scroll all the way to the right until you see All. When you see that on the screen here, just click on the See All button. And it will take you to a list of all the apps that you currently have installed on your Fire TV device. If you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see the NUmedia logo. Just go ahead and click on this. The NUmedia app begins to launch. At this point, you're going to enter the username and password that was issued to you. Make sure you leave the Remember Me box checked, so next time you don't have to log in to use the NUmedia app. Once you have your login details entered, just go ahead and click Login. It'll take a moment while the system is updated. A few things to note on this screen. You'll see up in the right-hand corner, top right-hand corner, you have the time, the date, and you have the settings icon. On the bottom, you'll have the expiration date. It'll tell you when your subscription is due to expire based on your next payment date. Before you get started, a couple of things you might want to do. You might want to go to the settings icon and just check a couple of the settings to see if everything looks good. So select your preferred language, whatever that is. Click Save Changes. You can go to the time format. And I prefer the 12-hour time format, so I select that. Save Changes. And then if you go to EPG Timeline, you can tell it to show just channels only with the EPG or just show all channels. I just like it like that, so I'm going to leave it that way. The EPG Time Shift, unless you have a good reason or your extended programming guide is not working properly, you can just leave that alone. Your stream format, if you find that you're getting buffering or lagging, you can try changing this to one of the other stream formats. I'm going to go ahead and leave it for now. Parental controls. If you want to prevent children from accessing content on the device, go ahead and enter a password and then confirm a password and save it. I have not used this function myself yet. But my understanding is that you can select specific channels that are protected. And then automation. So update channels and movies daily. Yes, probably a good idea to make sure that your information is correct. And we go back. And then I'm going to hit the back button on my Amazon remote again. And so notice we have a couple of different sections here. So we have live TV. We have movies, which is video on demand that we currently are not offering at the time of this recording, but may change in the future. We have series, we have catch up, we have account, and we have extended programming guide. Let's start out with live TV. When you go to live TV, you just simply click there, give it a moment to load up. What it does is it takes all of the TV channels and categorizes them for you. So you can simply click on all and see all of them. But if you're interested in the World Cup, you could go there. US entertainment, sports, kids, channels, UK channels, news, movies, box office, pay-per-view, and favorites. So I'm just going to go to all so you can see all of the different channels that are available. So when I get to this menu, you'll see it just has every single channel. And to scroll down, all you have to do is hold the down navigation button on your Amazon remote, and it'll just scroll all the way down. You can see that the list goes on and on and on. And we're going to look at all the different categories so you get to see what is available. All different languages. We're going to go back. So when you click on a category, let's say for example, US movies. If I go here and I say, you know what, there's a channel that I prefer, that I really like, and that is, let's say, the action channel here. If I hold down the select button on my remote, I'll get this option available. It'll give me an option to play with different players. This is just to help your streaming process. If you notice that there's a lot of lagging or something like that, then you can change the player that you're watching. But what I want to do is I want to add it to favorite. Okay, and so now I've added to favorite, and maybe there's another one or two that I want to put in here, but I'm not going to do that now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to entertainment, and I'm going to click on let's say Animal Planet. So if I go here, I'll hold this down, I'll click on add to favorite, and if the programming is giving menu information, then over in the right hand side it'll give us a description of what's being played. And also notice when I click to the right, it changes the category. So here's the sports category, so all of the different channels for sports. And as I go down, and notice I've selected the ESPNU HD, and what it's doing in the top right is it's giving me a preview of that channel. It'll keep that preview of that channel as I scroll down. But let's say I get here to NBC Sports and I click on that one. Now it's going to change the preview. So this is a good way to navigate and say, is this something that I want to watch without necessarily leaving the menu. So you can use it that way. And then you can, like I said, change categories just by scrolling to the right or to the left and seeing all of the options. So here's all the kids channels. Great selection for the kids. Let me go back to the main menu. So now notice also up here in the right hand side, oops, there we are, in the right hand side, now I have channels that are my favorites. This is a great way, because most people only watch the same 5 to 10 channels all the time. It's the same channels that they watch all the time because that's where their shows play. You can go select your favorites, add it to this. That way now you don't have to go through and scroll and scroll and scroll to find your channel and get to the channel that you want to watch on a regular basis. Also notice, for example, in the US movies, you're going to see all of the premium channels are right here for you. So definitely take advantage of that. Right now, if you go to the movies section, you're going to see it's just going to show 0 on all of the channels because we're not offering video on demand currently. If you go to the series section, it's the same thing. It's just like the video on demand, but TV shows instead. But we do have the catch-up feature. And what the catch-up feature does is it allows us to go back and watch certain things that have aired within a certain period of time. You want to review your account information to see when your account is due to expire. Just click on account. And a great feature is the EPG, or Extended Programming Guide. It'll take a moment for it to download the entire guide. So now again, it's going to list all of these channels, but the difference here is that when you click, say for example, all, it is going to bring up the screen here with a guide that you're used to using, like with your cable company. The first time around, it's going to take a little while for the guide to update. Okay, so now the guide has uploaded, and now you can start to scroll down and see what is playing. And of course, these are the UK channels here, but if you go to the US channels, you'll see. And the good thing is you just hold the button down and it will scroll all the way down for you. So you get to pick what you want to see. And notice in the top right side there, it does give a little synopsis of what it is that this particular show, Sports Center in this case, is all about. Again, remember, my favorites are located in the right hand side, and I only have 2 channels that are my favorites, so it gives me an extended programming guide of my actual shows that I'm watching. And so what's playing right now is Strange Days or I Was Prey, whatever that is. So here's another cool feature that you can use, and this is the search function. If you notice in the upper right hand corner, there is the magnifying glass icon. If you click on that, it'll open search, but first take a look at the 3 dots in the upper right hand corner. This will do a couple things. It'll give you an opportunity to refresh channels, movies and series, refresh the TV guide, go into your settings, or log out of your system. This is important because one of the things you can do with your NUmedia app is you can install it on multiple devices. You can only access it from 3 devices simultaneously. So what you want to do is we want to make sure you log out of any device that you're not using. So if you decide to use it while mobile, then it won't block you that way. Okay, so with the little search icon at the top right, you can search categories if there's a specific category that you're looking for. For example, let's say that you're looking for NFL channels. You could search NFL, or a specific language like Arabic, French, Bangladesh, Indian, Denmark, German, Latino, Pakistan, or whatever. So there's a really neat feature that if you get out of the extended programming guide, go back into the live TV, which is just a channel guide, if you will, and you say open all, for example, you can go up to the search icon in the top right hand corner, which is the magnifying glass, and you can select that, and you can either type or using the Amazon Alexa remote, just say KTLA, which happens to be a channel that is local to me. You can call out your own local channel, and there it is. There's my local channel. If I hold down the select button and get this menu, I'm going to add that to my favorites because that's a channel that I watch. So this is a great way to find some of your local channels. Not all of them will be available, but some of them will. If I clicked once, notice on the top right hand side, now it switches to a preview of that channel. If I click twice, now it opens up that particular program. See the menu bar at the bottom? Pay attention to that, because what will happen now is if I'm watching a show and it's time for a bathroom break or I need to go get a snack, all I do is click the select button on my Amazon remote, and then while it's over the pause, I just hit the select button again. Now my show is paused. And now what's great is that when I come back, even if the menu is not there, if I hit select and then I hit play again, it'll take off right from where it left off. So that's a great feature. Now, if you use these buttons, the left and right directional buttons, what that will do is it will go to the next channel. So don't make the mistake of being in the middle of a show and saying, oh, I want to try to fast forward and go to past the commercials. That's not how it works. That goes to the next channel. This is just pause and stop. This button here, what it will do is it will adjust the fit of your TV so that you get the best picture image. And then of course over here you have other settings that you can look at, including, and some, if you want them, closed captions. Well, there you go, folks. We hope you really enjoyed the NUmedia experience that we have brought you. And of course, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out.